Yes, everybody, welcome back. This is the Transfer Review. My name is Howson. This is Stretford, Paddock. And I'm going to be real with you. Before we even get right into the video, we're not signing anyone. And for me, this is an issue. Manchester United currently sit at the top of the Premier League. It's been the first time in 8 years that we've sat in this sort of position. This is an opportunity for Manchester United's board, for me, now, to show some ambition. Do you actually care about winning the league? Do you actually care about this football club being successful? Or do you care about this club being an Instagram model with all the trappings of success, but with none of the real nitty-gritty to back up that success? If this football club is serious about being the best football club on the pitch, because I doubt that. I think that Manchester United are like, whoa, Champions League, sound. Let's not rock the boat. United have got an opportunity at the moment. Now, I said at the start of the summer, if United need to get players in to survive this season, because this season's going to have a horrendous kickback and a horrendous fall-off. You don't know the long-term effects of COVID-19 on players. I suspect that's half the reason why we're not seeing as much as tellers as we would like to. You don't know what the long-term effects of this are going to be on an athlete. And I thought if United needed to get through this season, United needed to invest in a deep squad. Now, United's squad and United's bench, when we put an 11 out, looks very strong. You've got the likes of Donny van de Beek who can't get a game. I disagree with that. I think he should be getting games. But you've got the likes of him on the bench. We saw this week with Marcus Rashford given a rest and sitting on the bench. You've seen very good players being able to sit out and not need to come on. And that shows that Solskjaer is getting a decent-sized squad to be able to compete. But all of us can see the gaping hole in that right wing spot. Mason Greenwood is, for whatever reason, it might be dealing with the effects of lockdown, it might be dealing with the effects of losing a close friend, it might be dealing with the effects of being a teenager that plays for Manchester United. Whatever reason, Mason's not having a great season this year. We need a dedicated right winger that's going to service the likes of Edinson Cavani, that's going to service Marcus Rashford. That's what we need. If this club had anything about it, it would get out into that market right now and bring somebody in. Amad Diallo's definitely one for the future. Palestri's definitely one for the future. So no one pissing in the wind here. United are going to say, we've invested a significant amount of money into players who can play on the right wing, but not for the fucking first team. Not for the first team. We are in a position we have not been in nearly a decade. And if you brought in someone now that could come in and say, I'm first choice, whether it was a short-term option like Cavani inevitably is going to be, or whether it is a Jadon Sancho, I think the ship has probably sailed on Jadon Sancho, maybe a Leon Bailey, maybe Adama Traore, maybe someone like that is what United could bring in and actually have some depth and some quality on that right-hand side. If we had any ambition whatsoever, they would do that. Because one player like that might be enough to see Manchester United over the line and be crowned champions this year. And I'm deadly serious. The defence looks decent. The midfield is strong and has got depth. You've got Matic, you've got McTominay, Pogba, Fred, Bruno, Donny van de Beek, Mata. You've got tons of players who can play in those roles. But the right wing has nobody. And it's a dysfunctional attack for Manchester United. And it makes Wan-Bissaka look worse, who's not having a great season anyway. Show some ambition and fucking sign somebody for this right-hand side. And I guarantee it improves our chances of being champions. If you was a serious football club that seriously wanted to win things, that's what a serious football club would do. Right, let's look at the transfers that aren't happening then. Eriksen. Hello, anyone in? Right, Eriksen is... Duncan Castle's in a Transfer Market podcast has linked United to Eriksen, saying that United are interested in a 6-month loan. The formerly great local newspaper, now just reputable online blog, are saying that United are no longer interested in that and don't know where it's come from. So we'll give that a fucking 0 out of 10. Next up, Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland, Steve. Erling Haaland. He's not coming either. Right, here's what Erling Haaland said. Erling Haaland was talking, and basically here's what happened. He mentioned Manchester United, and he was like, well, I'm at Dortmund. Obviously, I've been linked with Manchester United. Two great clubs, two very traditional clubs, two massive fan bases, blah, 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 blah. all the newspapers in England shit themselves and was like, there's an excuse to write about Haaland. Haaland's not coming. Certainly not coming in January. And I would love to see him in a United shirt. I think he'd be a massive upgrade. And I think once Cavani eventually leaves, can the timing work out right to bring Haaland in? I'd love to see it. Don't know if I'd see it. I'd love to see it. Is he coming in January, Steve? That's what the people want to know. Fucking no! 0 out of 10. Right then, Gabriel Veron. Palmeiras forward, 18 years of age, scored a couple of goals in a few games. Are we signing him? Fucking no, we're not, right? He's been linked with Manchester City and Barcelona and then Manchester United. Fucking has he now? Oh my God. Who by his fucking dad? Like, are we? No. Fucking 0 out of 10. That was the ins. Aggregate score of 0 there. Let's look at the outs, which I think might be more favourable. First up, Paul Pogba. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer seemed to hint a little bit about Paul Pogba in his post-match press conference following the victory that took us back to the top of the league against Fulham. And Pogba's come out and said, I'm happy, I'm playing, I'm happy that we're winning, which kind of contradicts a little bit what Raiola said literally a month ago. Does that mean he's now staying? Fucking no. Pogba's got two options. He's either going to go in the summer, and Raiola was pretty clear about this. There wasn't a lot of ambiguity in what he said. He said, Pogba will leave in the summer. That wasn't a could, that wasn't a maybe, that was like, oh yeah, we packed his shit, don't worry about that. So, Pogba's got two options. He either goes in the summer, or he signs a big-ass contract at United, making him probably the highest-paid player behind Messi in the world. Which, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think is out of the realms of possibility. If he's enjoying life under Solskjaer, which he might well be, if he wins a title with Manchester United, there is a chance that, partially because of a lack of options, like let's say this, like if Pogba continues the form that we've seen for a few weeks now, right up the way to the end of the season, United are not going to take chump change for him. United are going to quite rightfully demand a dutty little fee for him, which means that whoever he's going to, and let's be real, it looks like Juventus are the only horse in this race, they're not going to pay 120, 130, 140 million pounds. They would have loved to get him on a cheap one. So, I guess there's three options. He goes in the summer, he signs a new deal, or he runs his contract down and goes on a free, which is a move that Juventus are pretty well versed with. I don't think there's any movement anyway in either direction in January. I say let me just sit this one out. Hope that Pogba can finish the season strongly with us and maybe get us some kind of silverware, if not, that one, but I'm not talking about that one yet. And we'll see what happens. As for going in January, as for staying and signing a new deal in January, fucking 0 out of 10. Marcus Rojo. You might have heard of him. He used to be a footballer. Apparently United still pay him a wage to be a footballer, which is nuts. The funniest thing in all of this is that Solskjaer said in the press conference, oh yeah, he's in Argentina, but I can call on him when I need him. What, like he's got a fucking Batmobile? You can't call on him when you need him. He's got a mandatory 2-week quarantine, and I tell you this for free, Marcus Rojo in a mandatory quarantine is eating all the pot noodles, right? He's going to come back like fucking Razor Ruddock. There's not a prayer Rojo is like shredded right now. He's in full-on Christmas Day dad bod mode. Now, Argentinian outlet TYC Sports has been linking him with a move. It says a deal is agreed in principle for him to go to Boca Juniors. Interesting. I can see that happening. I actually can see that happening. But he says they're willing to wait for other European clubs first to see if any of them are interested before he goes over there. I think this will probably get done. This makes a lot of sense for me to happen. I guess they could sign him outside of the European window. I'm not sure when the Argentine window is. So I guess this is a move that could happen at any time. And I also think that if they was like, look, we'll give you anything for him, United will just be like, yeah, fucking sound. So I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. I reckon Boca, I can understand Rojo wanting to hold out for a move to Europe somewhere, but I also think. Just get playing football again, man. Your career's short. Don't waste it on a fucking beach. 7 out of 10. Next up, Jesse Lingard. Jesse's been a bit of a permanent feature on Transfer Review in January, and I think for good reason. I think he's on his way out. Whether it actually manages to get out the door in January or if it's something that we have to wait until summer for, I think the writing's on the wall for him. It's really not happening for Jesse at United, and when you listen to the sort of things that Solskjaer says about players that he doesn't fancy, all of these steps kind of line up to what's gone on with Jesse Lingard. Now, Sheffield United and West Ham have just been joined by, Newcastle as well. They was also in the mix according to loads of people. Tottenham have entered the race. Now, there's a bit of talk of Dele Alli going places, and I think that Dele Alli going and Jesse Lingard coming in might be a move that Jose Mourinho really likes. You can have your own opinions on them as players and this, that and the other, but that is a proper Jose Mourinho move for me. He clearly doesn't like Dele Alli, and he clearly did like Jesse Lingard when he was at United. So I can see this as a move that would satisfy a lot of parties. But I'm going to be real. I think Jesse needs to leave the Premier League. He needs to leave the bubble and the focus that is the Premier League. Go and play somewhere fucking hot, mate. Just go and get somewhere where it's absolutely banging. You're not in England. You're not in London or Manchester. Go find somewhere with a fucking absolutely badass beach. Why wouldn't you? You've got a handful of years left playing probably top flight football. Go Spain or Italy or south of France or somewhere like that. You've got these clubs in for you. I don't see why you would stay in the Premier League. But that's who's in for him. Do I see Jesse going in January? I think it's more outside than summer. So I'll give it a 4 out of 10. Right, that was it from me this weekend. Might be a couple of going. There's some talk about Phil Jones, but no one knows where to find him to tell him. So we'll see what fucking happens in a bit.